part of the unlocking process is getting gold trophies. And in order to get a gold trophy, you actually need to wait until the points are calculated. And that's why on the end of KD, they don't reset immediately. They actually waiting for the points to total up, and then at that point they can reset. So
yeah, it's once it reorders and you're shown at the top, that's when it saves to cartridge.
Right.
So that's why you're waiting for it.
So it looks like MR got the Toad's Turnpike shortcut first try. We'll see if the lap skip works. It looks like Beck got it as well. Beck did the AB setup, which is a little bit safer.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, good. So Toad's Turnpike is kind of crazy. This is out of all the shortcuts in the game, this is kind of the most odd shortcut, I think. Drew, does anyone really know how the warp on laps 2 and 3 works yet, or is it still?
Well, I think we're finding it's very similar to what's happened with Luigi Raceway, Japanese 1.1, and also we've seen something similar on Sherbet Land, where you're basically breaking the checkpoints by never having really gone around the course.
Yeah.
But the strangest thing here is this was not broken in the original Japanese 1.0. So they actually fixed something, it's not really clear what, between 1.0 and 1.1 that added this teleport lap skip here, the second one.
Yep. Oh, so it looks like both Beck and Matthias have got the warps on laps 2 and 3, so they're... looks like Beck actually is... Assuming that you guys are synced up on the stream, he's about probably 10 seconds behind you right now. Dan, let's see, looks like Dan... Ooh. He just did it on lap 1, but I think he might have been over the road, so we'll see if that actually... so in order to get the lap skips, the warps to work on laps 2 and 3, you have to be over the road, more or less, when you cross the plane down to the track below. It doesn't really matter where you land. Landing on the road is always a good indication that it's better than nothing, but really what you need to be... Dan landed on the road, but he was over the left-hand side pretty far, so we'll see if it works here. Now, it didn't work, so even though he landed on the road, he actually was too far left, and he's going to have to set up the skip again.
Yeah, and just to explain that first shortcut a little clearer, since it's kind of weird, you're driving through the out-of-bounds section that had previously picked you up. What's going on is when Lakitu is on the screen, he can't pick you up again, so you're basically beating him off out of bounds. You're going out of bounds before he can pick you up again and able to drive. But as Mark said, you have to be careful about where you're driving. That should work. Dan just got it, I think, on the second lap.
Yeah, it looks like he did as well. He was still kind of far on the left-hand side of the road, but it looked better than the first lap.
Oh, I guess we should talk about Frap Snowlands, and that's looking pretty confusing for people.
Yeah, Frap's going to go by really quick. You can see 31, Beck just got 30, so that Beck looks like he's closing the gap slightly, but yeah, Frap is just kind of drive back and forth, and
basically, if you cross the finish line the proper direction, the lap increments up one. If you go back across the finish line driving normally, it goes down one. So what you're doing on Frap Snowland is you're tricking Lakitu to put you back down behind the finish line, but you basically teleport that direction. So it never decrements your lap, but it also puts you towards the end of that next lap. So it's kind of a big oversight from the designers, but it does save a lot of time.
Nice. So Matthias got the... it'd be interesting to see what the strategy is for Taco Mountain here. It looks like both Beck and Matthias are going for the backup jump on the wall.
I will
Matthias
only go for this jump at the back.
Did you test doing it on different parts of the wall, and just the back one, the very end of the wall seemed to be the...
I tested shortly to jump up there right after the hill, but I think the wall is higher there, so I gave up early on that and just focused on the last one.
Yep.
Well, this is a really strange mode for this level because it's actually the fastest shortcut is, other than that Weather Tenko skip, which probably isn't possible, but is to actually climb up that wall.
So Beck, looks like Beck just did the skate. Beck just did the scaling.
That's what
shortcut.
I was.
That's
actually faster than even the big
shortcut,
but it's pretty risky, as he indicated. on a prior stream. If you do it wrong, you can get an infinite tumble that wastes
Right.
about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
it's
did
actually
Beck try? Sorry.
He did the one where you scale up the mountain just before the primary shortcut spot.
Ah,
and you can-
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
There's
it.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's I never really thought about that. Miles has a video of him doing it 3 of 3, and I always thought that was maybe a viable option for doing like in speedruns. I tried it, but I can never get it consistently. Plus, with the risk, as Drew mentioned, of getting stuck in that tumble
I
cycle.
remember I did that many years ago when my time trial PRs were so weak there. I just went for the shortcut if I succeeded on that one. But never thought about it on 50cc.
Let's cut to Beck and let's talk to him about that jump scale shortcut.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, Beck? That's an interesting strat there. Was that a planned thing? Is that something you practiced?
Yeah, I had tested that and found it was about 1.5 seconds faster than doing the backup jump.
Nice.
So,
yes.
but it's a bit risky because actually the first time I tried to do it, I got that infinite tumble. And I was a bit worried when that happened, but I mean, after you kind of realize what can happen there, it's pretty easy to avoid. But the thing, what usually goes wrong is you just don't make it up to the top, and you just fall back down the hill.
I just want to quickly point out, for
waste a
some
lot of
reason,
time.
Flippy's stream, I just saw Mario was driving under Frap Snowland, and it was really weird looking. And
The same thing happened on Perhaps Snowland on mine, I believe. Luigi just clipped straight through the track in the point screen.
Yeah. So what's up with that? I guess nobody ever plays 50cc. It might happen every time.
Yeah.
Sorry for... Yeah, I want to look back at that.
So it looks like Matthias went non-shortcut, and it looks like Beck's going non-shortcut too. I'm assuming that is the shortcut possible on 50cc for Mario Raceway?
You can do the red shell one.
The red shell, yeah.
What about the left of the T?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
just
that.
too hard. You might be able to do it with TAS barely, but... Waited a little longer.
Interesting tidbit here. 50cc is not the slowest mode in the game. It's actually battle mode. Everybody's top speed is the same, and it's lower than 50cc.
That's you should put that on the list of features for the next patch, Drew. Updating battle mode. Yeah, 200cc battle mode.
That would be insane.
So it looks like the MR got the wall jump, both wall jumps in 50cc on Warrior Stadium. So it looks like
Nice
the wall
time
jumps
for 50cc.
are about the same on 50cc. Is that your feeling, Beck, or is it?
Not right now.
Jack is having some trouble. Yeah. It doesn't look like he would agree with you.
I can't get over.
MR got a really nice. He got 31 second.
Yeah, for some reason, I feel really confident on Warrior
I'm
Stadium
pretty
lately.
impressed by that. It seems pretty fast.
Yeah, you're seeing him a decent amount earlier than me, even in that multi-twitch thing, Mark. But
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard for me to know what the lag is between
Yeah.
Beck and Matthias. I know, Beck, you said
It's
you're
about,
maybe 8
it's
to
about
10
9
seconds.
seconds.
9 seconds?
Oh. So, I mean, you can see even though these guys right now are kind of ready, like Matthias is 2 tracks ahead of Dan and Flippy. I mean, this is going to be a 2.5 to 3 hour race, so a lot can happen, and maybe a 1 or 2 minute lead at the beginning of the race really might not be much over the course of 2.5 hour race. So.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much people are thrown off when they go to extra mode after having played for 2 hours at the normal orientation. Every left turn becomes a right turn and vice versa. It's probably going to be difficult to keep straight.
So it looks like Dan just finished Mario Raceway and Flippy's on lap 2. So it seems like Sherman Land is probably more or less just drive around, right? There's nothing special on 50cc. Everything should just be slower, easier to avoid, like penguins. And I guess if you're not familiar with the penguin cycles, you can't take the cave as aggressively, but
Yeah, so Sherbetland's another one of those where you can mess up the checkpoint system just like on Toad's Turnpike, but it requires jumping to the island in the middle. Not going to happen in a non-tool assisted run, I don't think ever, especially 50cc.
It's just like Dan almost had a really nice start to Mario Stadium, but he got 2 jumps in a row where he got stuck up on the fence just to the right of the finish line. Kind of a...
Yeah, that jump back on Mario Stadium's already kind of difficult. In 50cc, it's more unforgiving, it seems.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting now, we're coming up on Royal Raceway, is the jump that you saw people doing for the time trials, the river jump. That is, I believe, I don't know if that's possible to do without an item in 50cc. Well, maybe we'll see whether or not that is possible. But my guess is that these guys are going to be sandbagging for speed items like golden shroom, triple shroom. I think triple shroom would probably be ideal because you can do three jumps with it.
Got it. Yes.
So it'll be interesting to watch how this shakes out.
So yeah, and there's a really weird thing with Royal Raceway where that jump that's so easy in 100 and 150cc, and I guess we'll see how hard it is in 50.
Oh wow!
It's really hard in Versus mode.
So MR actually just did it itemless, and so what he did is he actually held a MT over the little grass hill and then released the MT on the road to use that extra speed to just. It looked like he just made it. So
yeah, that was
really it's very
nice.
precise.
Yeah, it was nice.
If you hit to the left of that polygon line you see, it won't count, so... I mean, he barely made it.
Yeah.
Looks like Dan is having some troubles here on Mario Stadium. He's at 2 minutes and still on lap 2. And Flippy is now past him, actually. So Flippy actually just overtook Dan.
This might be, it might be time to finish up that lap non-shortcut.
Dan had his first lap was... like 6-7 seconds, and then he's just been stuck on the second lap. Okay, he finally got over a 2 minute and 18-second lap. That would have definitely been faster just driving around. But I mean, obviously, in this when you have the potential for a 7-second lap.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I just saw what you said.
Get with the times, man. Get with the times.
Maybe I need to refresh my browser. I don't know.
We should probably check in. Let's check in with Dan after he finishes.
I'd actually, even though it's been a while, I want to ask Flippy why he restarted on.
Okay, yeah. We'll jump to Flippy then. Let's jump to Flippy now.
Okay.
All right.
Are you unpausing? Or on?
Yeah, I'll do it.
2 out of 3 shortcuts is pretty good. Now I get the stream.
Flippy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going, man? So
it's like going okay now.
Yeah. Drew wanted to ask you why you reset on MR time trials.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't gonna make it.
Okay.
I tried to go for all the shortcuts and I messed them all up, and one of them was like super slow back up with hitting the piranha planes, and it was like 1:15 by the time I missed the other one, so it's just like, okay, just reset now. That should be fine. I'll catch up later. No problem.
Yeah. So I mean, if you lose a minute, like, it's not that big a deal over.
No, it's a pretty long run, so I feel like it's fine. Oh, if anyone's watching on my stream, I don't have audio on the others yet. It will come in 10 seconds. I'm talking to no one on my stream, but yeah. It's been going pretty good besides that, though.
Yeah, it looks like you had a pretty solid, like a sub 1 minute Mario Stadium, which is on 50cc. I think that would be plus EV there.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I think. I nearly got like 2 really good ones, but I just barely didn't have enough speed, like turning around quickly, so I didn't get like quick laps. And I got lightning as well, so that lost me like 5 seconds at least of just backing down and waiting. But yeah.
So how's your experience with the 50cc been so far?
Well, I did like a quick playthrough, just testing some things before the run, just like right before the race itself, like 2 hours ago. And I mean, I can definitely feel that even though it feels like I'm constantly driving, I'm not really getting anywhere. But I mean, for the most part, in terms of the skips that I've been necessitated to do, it's been okay. Koopa